Hey, welcome back to the stream. So, in today's live stream, we will continue with our C++ learning journey. The last live stream, we solved up till this question, sum of numbers. So, in today's live stream, let's solve more questions from here, area calculator. So, that is going to be our first question. So, let's solve that first. Let's see how I can solve this question. Um, all right. So we have to calculate the area of a rectangle, triangle, or circle. So you have to read a shape and its measurement from input. All right. Shape is one of these words, three words. Print the area within two decimal places. All right. Okay. That's what it is. All right. So for everything there is area formula given. So all right. So let's see. Um, First we have to read the input, what the shape is, right? And if it is rectangle, then we need to apply rectangle formula, which is width into height, area of rectangle. And if it is triangle, you have to do this. And if it is circle, you have to do this. All right, so let's see how we can do that. Um, so firstly, let us say if, right, um, what do we have to read from the input? If it is rectangle, right? Um, this is the width, this is the, all right. So let's see if to read this first element, what should we do? Let's just check that out as well. To read first element in a in a in an if condition in C++, right? First element from an user, from the user. Let's see. Okay. Place the stream instruction directly inside the parenthesis. Okay, so we can do this like this. Okay, so cn. All right, but what if this we need the second element? What if, okay, what if the element is in the, we did this earlier, but let's just recap it a bit. What if the element is in the second line? Ignore std cn dot ignore All right. Let's see. All right. I don't know if you have to do so much. Mm, are you expecting a single word or number on the second line? Uh, number, number, and also another number on the third line. Third line. Um, okay. Skip, then read another number. Chain multiple, ignore. I'm not sure if it is actually ignore. Mm, so what are we doing here? Uh, we are ignoring the first line here. So scene dot ignore, and then numeric limits. What is numeric limits? I don't know what this is. What is numeric limits? Okay. Function requires to tell. Okay, this is a function. All right. Count and then character. How many characters to skip before it stops? Okay, all right, all right, okay. So numeric limits, and then you have stream size max. All right, okay, okay, makes sense. So you need to do so much. I don't think you have to do so much, right? Clearly, I mean, this is one way to do it. Let me, is this, is this the easiest way to do it? Hmm, it's not the easiest way, obviously. Okay. To cleanly consume each line, to get numbers, this completely eliminates the need for scene dot ignore. Safely reads all three lines completely. STD string, three lines of input. Okay. So we are doing a get line over here, and then and get line. But we have to do it inside an if loop. Okay. There is an if here. Uh, string, it's converted to string. but here it's an integer, right? Let's see how we can do this. So like just let me just, for example, let's just do it, without, let's consider there is no like this thing over here, you know, there is no input or anything. So let's just do it like a pseudo code thing. Then we can see how we can do it for the input, right? So this is how it would look like. So if rectangle, right? If rectangle, um, rectangle, right? We see in rectangle, right? Um, then what do you have to do? Um, okay, this is how I can read, right? See in rectangle, then you have to go and it has to be base into height, not base into height. That's for triangle, uh, base into height by 2. But here it's rectangle, so we have to do width into height, right? So if it is a rectangle, then it should see out something like this. See out area, area, and then it has to print width, width into height, right? Width into height, and for after this, close it, and else if see out, else if again you have to check, right? See in triangle, then see out. What do you have to see out? Area, area is going to be base into height, base into height by 2, right? So base, let me just put it this way, base into height. Just give me a second. Meanwhile, I'll just read if there is any question or lecture. If you just joined, welcome to the stream. We're just learning C++. So let us just continue. Okay, so let us just continue. Here we do base into height. This is the structure of the code. So that's how it's gonna look like. Or again, else if cn, if it is circle, then it has to be area And then circle, it's got to be pi. I think pi we can use directly, or probably we'll just use the value, right? 3.14, just use the value, right? 3.14, and then into radius, into r square, so radius into radius, right? Radius into radius. All right, so that is good. Now, now we have to, this we can't do, right? Because we have to read the input, right? So that is what we are trying to see. Let's see how we can do that. Okay, let's see. Uh, so here, if it is circle, there is going to be only one input, right? If it is a circle, there is going to be only one input. You only need the radius. So next two lines for triangle is going to be base and height. Okay, so let us see. Hmm, this is the user. First line is the shape. Hmm, alter this, alter this to make it right. Let's see. Okay, this is an edge case handled. No, but like, user enters, user enters it all, it all. Okay, let's see now. Uh, Again, this is not what should be done. Let's change it here itself. Um, how can we get it? Okay, let's change it over here. User enters these by line, and by line in the input enters these values. Enters these values, right? Let's see. Now I think we have somewhat correct code. Hmm. Read the first line to get the shape name. Shape rectangle. Okay. Read the next two lines for width and height. So we have to do this again once more. Okay. What is STOD? I'm not sure. STOD. What is that? Accessibility. Let's see. String to double, all right. C++ reads the user's input strictly as text characters. Okay. So default is like a string. So we need to convert it to double. So that's why we need std. All right. So we cannot multiply or divide strings. All right. Okay. Yeah. That's why we need std. Makes sense. So you're doing two if loops here. Can you not do this in the same line? Not sure. Read next to lines for width and height. Okay. So if shape is rectangle, so this is a string. Here, if shape is rectangle, can't be seen rectangle. We are taking it directly here. Um, if get line, let's just take this part as well. Let's just take this part. After this, right? Here we have shape. So let's do here as well. Shape equal to rectangle. Shape is rectangle. Then another if we have. Are we reading something over here? String line 2, line 3. Okay, so that goes to the next lines, right? All right, okay. So we have to create string line 2, line 2, and then line 3, right? Line 2, line 3. Okay. Then we have another if loop, another if condition. So if we do that, if, and then you have, okay, let me just paste this over here. Okay, so let's just separate this. All right, so till here we got it, right? So the same way we need for a triangle and circle as well. So how can you do this same way? So just close this, right? That's done. And else if, here we do else if, or let's just do it here. All right. After this, we go with an else if. Else if, here no need cn, shape, equal to triangle, then we have see out a this not don't do it right now. So let's just do string. We need to read the values. So here I don't think we need other again line 2, line 3. Okay, we also do line 2, line 3 over here. All right, because again we have two inputs. So line 2, line 3, and then if get line, you have cn line 2 and get line cn line 3. What should we do? Double for triangle, it is you have base and height. So double base equal to STOD. You have to convert it, right? So line 2 and then again double height and then STOD line 3. We are reading the height from line 3 and then see out this thing, right? Um, Here the formula is we have base into height divided by 2. That is good. Don't need this. And then close this if condition. All right. So after this, I think, all right. So else if we did this, and then again we are doing an else if, right? If it is a circle, right? Circle shape equal to circle, then string line 2, just have one value, right? You just have the radius. So one line is good enough. Then you do get line cn comma line 2, read that value, and then uh, okay, all right. So now after this, 1 2 1, okay, all right. So after this if, and then you have to create double radius equal to STOD line 2, right? You have to convert it and then see out area. Okay, just print this, and the formula for circle is given here as well. So 3.14 into radius into radius. Let's just put a bracket over here. All right, so that is good. I think that's good enough. Let's see. Let me just remove this. Probably good enough. Um, let's see if it runs first, and then we can see what happens. Okay, submit. Let's see what happens. Okay, there is, I do get the output. Um, it's printing the output in float value. Okay, all right. So I think, how can we do that? Differs extra is okay. So we need the output in float value. How can we do that? Output in float value. Uh, Depending on what kind of, we have STOF apparently for float. All right. So let's see. Um, 3.14 to 3.14 app. I don't know. We use double, but then we are getting. Why are we getting this way? Hmm. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's try with float then. I think we have to use STOF. Probably try with float. Okay. Oh my God. What happened there? Okay. Thankfully, we have it here. Um, we need the output and float. Let's see. Output, output must be in float. Output, let's say output currently prints 15. It should be 15. Okay. Let's see what happens now. Uh, Set precision. Okay. Set precision to 2. That's good enough, I guess. Do we have to add any header? IO man IP. All right, we need that apparently. Let's just add that. Let's just add that over here. And then let me just have this code from here that just got deleted. Uh, okay. Okay, up till here, let's just take the code. Uh, we have, okay, let's just do it like that. Here, after this, what do we need? Or let me just do it in parts. Let me just take this one. All right. And then you have it here. And after this, you need for circle. Let's just take this. All right, let's do that. circle. All right, looks a bit ugly, but that's fine. And for this, we need this header IO man IP. Let's just add that. We already have that. That's fine. And this is a syntax cout fixed set precision to. So it can print up till two decimal places. So let's do that over here. We can do that after this, I think, string shape, right? Or after this. So cout set position, set position. We have to write fixed after that, before that, fixed, and then set position to 4. All right, set position is done. Okay, that's good. And then, all right, I think we are good. Let me just make it a bit good looking as well, bit more good looking, and that is fine. Looks fine now. All right, we have all the shapes. So let's run now. See if we get the output. Okay, there is a compilation error, something we have missed over here. Uh, where is the issue? Brackets we have closed, right? Let's see. If, okay, if rectangle, and then we have if get line cn. Where did this come from? Why do we have this over here? It should be for rectangle, right? I don't know. Okay, let's change that. Let's just change that. Uh, this is the code that should be over there. Okay, we'll take that and then just drop it over here. All right, that's good. Don't need that, I guess. That looks fine. All right, so let's just rerun this and see if it's good. Uh, it still says wrong output despite it being right. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense at all. Test case 1, test case 3 did not give the correct answer. Okay, that's why. Circle 5, test case 3 didn't work. Why did it not work? Radius into radius. Let's just put a bracket here. See if it works. Let's see now. Still doesn't work. I don't know why. Uh, A circle, it didn't give the correct output. So only three test cases passed. So there is something with this, right? 3.14, I think. Probably. Can I just enter pi instead? Like, I'm not sure. Um, or should I enter this whole big value? I don't think it matters, right? Something is wrong. Let's see. Okay, now it is correct. So I had to enter the whole value. All right, that's fine. All right, so that was the question for today. All right, took a bit of time, but yeah, it's worth solving these kind of questions. Let's also look at the solution that is being given here. So let's see what is that. They've done it a little differently. Okay, so they are reading shape as well, but they've done dot back. Okay, so this goes to the next line as well. I think this reads the next line, I guess. Shape dot pop back. I have to learn about this. And over here there is directly. Okay. So also use set precision, the same thing that we used. But look at this. F shape empty. Okay, that's fine. But this thing they did it directly. That's very interesting, right? CN. Okay, they're just reading these values directly consecutively, I think. That is very good. Okay, that's more simpler, right? Um, Makes sense. Yeah. Inside the loop itself, you can just read the values. So here, when you're doing this, right, this is just going to take the cursor to the second line. So, and when you do the scene next time, it just goes from the second line, right? So this becomes the second line, this becomes the third line. Makes sense. So this automatically is going to take you to the new line. All right. Okay. That was good. Uh, let's see how we can do. Okay, that's fine. All right. Let's see something that we don't know yet. Let's try to learn something. Uh, what do we have over here? I think you've covered most things, but let's see. There's something that we have to learn. Uh, okay. We do have this thing left out, classes, right? So